Chaitanya, wonderful ecstatic dance of Lord Chaitanya. In the previous chapter also it was described the same. Gauranga used to stop the devotees and say, hey, wait. Lord Brahma, Shiva, they are doing Dandavat Parikrama. They are rolling on the ground. So every day they used to come. Agya bina keha iha dekhite na pare. Tanra puni thakure rasabe seva kare. Without the Lord's order, no one could see them as they repeatedly offered service to the Lord. So every day these great personalities used to come, but without the order of Lord, impossible. Lord is Adokshaja. The demigods headed by Brahma and Shiva served Shri Chaitanya in their Adhokshaja bodies in such a way that without the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no one was able to see them. This has a very deep meaning, a very greater meaning also. When Lord Shiva, Brahma, they are offering services, they are also coming in Adhokshaja body. That means Adhokshaja, the word, one is the proper name, which implies to Krishna. One is the verb. What is the meaning of Adhokshaja? Adhokshaja means, or adjective, you can say, adjective. What is the meaning of Adhokshaja? One who is beyond the senses, material senses. Even the demigods, when the Adhokshaja word applies to the demigods, it refers to that they are also beyond the material senses. Many of them are worshippers of Lord Shiva without understanding the wonderful form of Lord Shiva. They say Om Namah Shivaya, but when it comes to understanding the beautiful, wonderful form of Lord Shiva, or body of Lord Shiva, they don't accept. That is what impersonalists are. Impersonalists, they don't accept any personal form of neither the demigods nor the Supreme Personality of God. Because Adhokshaja word implies to both of them. And to see them, it requires Krishna's mercy. Like it, to understand a devotee, Kriya, Mudra, to understand a devotee, it requires again Krishna's mercy. Devotees' activities, devotees' lifestyle, like when Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, to understand Pundarik Vidyanidhi, it was very difficult even for Gadadhar Pandit also. So it's not so easy to understand the activities of the devotees. When they are serving Lord, it's not so easy to understand until and unless they are blessed by Lord Himself. Sarvadina dekhe, Prabhu yata leela kore, Shayana karile, Prabhu sabe chale ghare. So whole day, these devotees, they watched the pastimes, pastimes of Lord, whole day. And when the Lord went to bed, that's the time they would return home. ब्रह्म दैत्य दुईरे से देखिया उद्धार आनंद चलीला ताई करिया विचार देखिया उद्धार of whose Brahma Daitya. The Brahma Daitya refers to Jagai and Madai. In the previous chapter also the same word is used. Brahma Rakshasa, Brahma Daita, the demon in the Brahma, in the Brahmana family. Though they are born as Brahmana, they are demons. But Lord delivered these two Brahmana demons. So they were contemplating that pastime as they joyfully departed. So again, what to understand with this? One is serving Lord directly in the altar or in your houses, chanting. And then when you are not chanting or you're doing some other work, that is the time one should contemplate on the pastimes of Lord. So in this way, Satatam Smartavyo Satatam Vishnu Vismartabyan Jatuchit. This happens. Whole day they are serving Chaitanya. When they are departing, that time also they are remembering Chaitanya. So Smartavya Satatam Vishnu. Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. Your service to the spiritual master again makes you remind of Krishna. When we do some utsava, one is reminded of Krishna. Though your bead bag may not be in your hand, so you're reminded of Krishna. When you go back, you're remembering the past times. That is again, you are connected with Krishna. That is why it is known as yoga. A real yoga is how to yukta, how to connect yourself to Krishna. ये मत कारुण्य अच्छे चैतन्य रघरे ये मत जनेर प्रभु करये उद्धार. Such compassion is found in Chaitanya's house, that he delivered even such type of persons. So Lord's house is so wonderful. Chaitanya's home is so wonderful. Navadip Dham is so wonderful. It is that even if you go and lie down in Navadip Dham, Krishna considers it as Dandavat Parikrama. So Lord's home is really merciful place. Aji bala chitte prabhu dilena varasa avashya paiba paradhari lam asha. Today the Lord has given us the hope that we will also certainly be delivered. What they are speaking to among each other, just see. When Lord can deliver Brahmana demons, why Lord will not deliver us? That means they consider themselves even lower than Brahmana demons. This is the sign of Sunadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishna Manna Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. When Lord delivered Brahmana demons, then there is a hope. When such a person is delivered, even we are also downtrodden. The Lord can even deliver us. It can have two meanings. When such a nasty person is delivered, we are not so nasty. Why Lord should not deliver us? This can be one meaning. Another meaning is, this has given us the hope that we are more lower than even Jagai Madai. It has given us the hope that Lord will deliver us. Yehi mata anyonye kari samkathana mahanande charila sakala deva gana. The demigods spoke amongst themselves in this way as they departed in great ecstasy. Now, who spoke this? It is the demigods. Just see. Now, demigods are saying, why Lord will not deliver us? That means here again, it is the demigods who came to perform the sevas. The local devotees also had come. So, everybody can speak among each other. But here specifically it has been spoken that the demigods spoke among themselves in this way as they departed in great ecstasy. Prabhu sthani nitya aise yama dharmaraja apane dekila Prabhu Chaitanya rakaja. Yamaraj would regularly come to see the activities of Lord Chaitanya. Now, Brahma, Shiva, the demigods have been spoken. Now, but Yamaraj is spoken. Every day is to come. Chitragupta sthane jigyasa ye Prabhu Yama kiba ye duera papa kiba upasana pasama. So Lord Yamaraj told to Chitragupta, how many sins did those two commit? And what was the remedy of those sins? Chitragupta watches all our activity. So Yamaraj is speaking to Chitragupta. You must be keeping the count. How many sins these two, Jagai and Madhai, have done? Chitragupta bole shuna dharma rama raja ye vifala parishrame ara kiva kaja. Chitragupta replied, O Yamaraj, listen, what is the use of such a futile endeavor? What is the use? Now, why such line is spoken? Let us see the next line. Laksheka kayastah yadi eka masa padi tathapi paite antashigra nahe vadi. If 100,000 scribes continually recited for 1 month, they would not easily complete such a task. Let us see. Dharmaraj as Yamaraj gives punishment and award and punishment for one's pious and sinful activities. He has 14 associates. Among them, Chitragupta is his principal secretary. Since the Kayasthas, scribes, are descendants of Chitragupta, they calculate and record the piety and impiety of human beings. If 100,000, that's how much? 1 lakh Kayasthas, who are descendants of Chitragupta, continually recorded the sinful activities of those two for 1 month, they would not be able to record all their sins. That means 1 lakh, more than 1 lakh, that too for whole month, that means 1 lakh into 30, it comes 3 crore. More than 3 crore. Even in that also whole day they go on writing more than 3 crore sins they have done. We can easily calculate, na? 1 lakh people for 30 days. That means practically you can count as if 3 crore people are sitting, and I think I am right in the calculation, or Ravindra, 30 lakhs, no? 1 lakh into 30? 30 lakhs.
30 lakhs.
Perfect. 30 lakhs, 30 lakh people sit and write about their sins. And that too whole day they sit and write. That also they cannot complete. That means so many sins they have done. There are certain things which unknowingly a person does. There are certain things which knowingly a person does. Even we perform lot of sins. While brooming, there is a sin. While lighting fire, there is a sin. While drinking water, there is a sin. While sitting, there is a sin. So, while breathing, there is a sin. Knowingly, unknowingly, especially unknowingly, we commit so many sins. And knowingly, yes. Knowingly also we are committing sins. If Chitragupta is sitting and counting, Chitragupta is really sitting and counting our sins, then imagine Chitragupta's scribes are also sitting and counting the sins. Even we have a big list. Tumi yadi shuna laksha kartya shravana tatapi shunivara. Tumi se bhajana. If you heard them with 100,000 ears, you would not hear the complete count. Again, with 1 lakh years also, if you hear Yamaraj, you cannot hear even that complete count. Ye duyera papa nirantara dute kahe, likhite kayasta sab utpat ganiye. Your servant constantly narrate the sins of these two, and the scribes are frustrated in their attempts to record them. Kayastas. We're not talking about the Kayastha Brahmanas. We're talking about the Kayasthas. Here, Kayastha refers to the descendants of Chitragupta. ये दुएरे पाप यत कहे ना अनुक्षण ताहा लागी दूता कट घाईला maran. Your servants would always talk about the sins of these two, and they would be chastised as a result. दूते बोले पाप करे सेई दुई जने लेखाइते भार मोरे मार तेने. The servants would say, these two are committing the sins. Our responsibility is to get them recorded. Why should you beat us? ना लिखिते हय शास्ती हे न लागी लिखी पर्वत प्रमाण गदा अच्छे तारक साक्षी. If you don't record them, we will be punished. That is why this mountain of records is there for evidence. So we know that if you don't record, how much to record? Even if we record also, their sins are so much, we are not able to record. But if we don't record, what will happen? You will give us punishment. That is why we have kept the pile, like a mountain, pile of sins. Amar o kandiyachi, o dui lagiya ke mate va ye yatana kar sahi basiya. We even shed tears for these two. How will they tolerate the reactions? Just see the compassionate mood of even Chitragupta. He says, just to think about how much reactions they have to face, We used to shed tears when we used to discuss about their sins. तिल मात्रे महाप्रभु सब कैला दूर ये भी आज्ञा कर दिगदा Dubai Prachura. Within a moment, Mahaprabhu has freed them from all reactions. Now, if we are ordered, we can immerse all these records. There was a mountain of evidence testifying to the sins of the two sinners. The servant said, as Mahaprabhu has destroyed all the sinful reactions within such a short time, if Chitragupta orders us, we can immerse this mountain of records in deep water. Now, so much of records, sometimes even you clean your cupboard, isn't it? You try to throw all the records if it is not needed. So anyhow, they are freed from all the reactions. Oh, allow us. Now Kayasthas are speaking to Yamaraj. If Chitragupta allows us, so their superior is Chitragupta. Chitragupta's superior is Yamaraj. So if Chitragupta allows us, we will immerse all this evidence. कबू नहीं देखे यम हेमत महिमा पातकी उद्धार यत ये तारसीमा. Yamaraj had never before seen such glorious deliverance of fallen souls. They were the ultimate. So even it was a wonderful thing for Yamaraj also to experience among all the fallen souls delivered so far by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These two were the ultimate. In other words, Sri Gaur Sundar never before delivered or displayed such compassion while delivering someone. So this is the topmost compassion which even Yamaraj is seeing. That is how even one should be indebted to one's spiritual master. But I am more degraded even than Jagai and Badai. I am such a sinful person. But oh, my spiritual master, you have delivered me. Just by the darshan of the spiritual master, one has the confidence, his confidence increases, his dhairya increases, tolerance increases, his inspiration to serve also increases. So Yamaraj says, I have not seen such compassionate mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swabhava Vaishnava Yama Murti Manta Dharma Bhagavata Dharmera Jana Ye Savamarma. Yamaraj was by nature a Vaishnava and the personification of religious principles. He knows the confidential purpose of Bhagavata Dharma. The confidential purpose of Bhagavata Dharma. Among the Mahajanas, 12 Mahajanas, Yamaraj knows the religious principles. Swayambhu Narada Shambhu, Kumara Kapilo Manu, Kallad Janako Bhishmo, Balir Vayyasakir Vayam, Dvadashaite Vijanimo, Dharamam Bhagavatam Bhathaha. Dvadashaite Vijanimo. These 12 Mahajanas, they know Dharmam Bhagavatam Bhatha. What is the Dharma? What is Bhagavat Dharma? In the Markine Bhagavat, Srila Prabhupada speaks about Bhagavat Dharma. Bhagavat Dharma only speaks one thing. Just serve your spiritual master with complete faith. If we do that, we please Lord. Yasya prasadat Bhagavat prasado yasya prasadan nagati katopi. That is to hame always meditate. Without that meditation, one can never attain the mercy of Krishna. Yashasti Sandhya. 3 times remember. Why only 3 times? Remember the whole day. Remember the whole day. When you remember the whole day, your spiritual master, you take the mood in his mission. And that is how, because it is not a superficial relationship. One is superficial relationship, taking initiation, and sometimes going to spiritual master meeting Dandavat Pranam Maharaj. Because nowadays the structure is like that. We cannot occasionally meet our spiritual master. The spiritual master is available to us in the form of his mission. And the Siksha Guru, the other devotees, they become the instruments in the hand of the spiritual master. Just we have to be in that mood of serving the mission of a spiritual master who is subservient to his spiritual master. And in this way, this is Bhagavad Dharma. Directly, one cannot please Krishna. Krishna clearly says, Yo me bhakta jana partha, na me bhaktas chate jana. Whoever is my devotee, I don't consider him as my devotee. Whoever is devotee of my devotee or serving the devotee, that is enough. That is enough to take you back home, back to God. So this is the mission which Srila Prabhupada has handed over to, and Srila Prabhupada got from his spiritual master, handed over to his disciples. In this way, the flow goes on. And that is Bhagavad Dharma. Yakana Shunila Chitraguptera Vachana Krishna Veshe Deha Pasharila Tatakshana. As soon as Yamaraj heard the words of Chitragupta, he forgot himself due to love of Krishna. Padila Murchita Haya Rathera Upara Kathao Nahika Dhatu Sakala Sharire. He fell unconscious in his chariot and his body lost all signs of life. Now see Yamaraj. Yamaraj is in ecstasy. Generally, Yamaraj is called as God of death. And people have fear even of talking about Yamaraj. Once one devotee was kept the name, our Guru Maharaj kept the name, because his name was starting from Y. So Guru Maharaj gave the name Yamaraj Das. He came crying to Maharaj. Maharaj, change my name. Nobody will dare to call this name. At time Maharaj gave the class on how Yamaraj is a great devotee, Vaishnava. Yamaraj is a Vaishnava. Yamaraj is doing the work, whatever has been given by Lord. Every department has been given by Lord. Yamaraj is doing his job nicely. He has kept Chitragupta 14 important principal people under him. And that the most important one, 14 associates, you can say, the most important one is Chitragupta. Again, who has 1 lakh kayasthas. So in this way, even other 13 also will be having. They're all keeping the records and helping Yamaraj in keeping the count of piety and the sins done by a person. In this way, whether to award him, whether to punish him. Now, whatever record has been kept, this record is only of the materialistic activity. That is why the warning is given to the devotees that don't perform any materialistic activity. Namno balad yassai papa buddhihi. When you say papa buddhihi, that refers to materialistic activity. It is not just vikarma. Even sakarma also comes in sinful activity only. One of the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada clearly mentions that sakarma, vikarma, both are sins, sinful activity. Because in both the activities, you are not remembering Krishna. In both the activities, you are not remembering Krishna. In both the activities, you are not remembering Krishna. But only when you are performing activities keeping Krishna in the center, it is beyond good and beyond bad, which Chitragupta and his associates will not keep in their count. So here very clearly, Chitragupta says they have received mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now what is mercy of Lord? Mercy of Lord is engaging a person in Krishna consciousness. How to understand in our level? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the 2 Brahmanas, sinful Brahmanas or demonic Brahmanas. That is why Chitragupta says, now I cannot do anything. Now their sinful reactions are completely eradicated. So when they have kept the record of sinful activities, it refers everything. Good, bad, everything. So now I cannot do anything because Lord has showed his mercy. Now how we can save ourselves? When we can save ourselves by engaging our mind completely in the thoughts of Krishna, engaging ourselves in the missionary activities given by our spiritual master. Just see the compassion of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has made such a home where everybody can come with whatever capacity they have to perform devotional service and keep themselves free from the count taken by Chitragupta and his people and his associates, or Yamaraj and his associates also, you can say. So in this way, Lord's compassion has been given. Yamaraj is a great Vaishnava. When he sees someone performing devotional service, he likes, he appreciates. Because every day he reads Bhagavatam. The biggest Bhagavatam, the huge Bhagavatam, the volume is so big that is there in hell. So the devotees are not afraid to go to hell because what they will do there? They will sit and hear to the class of Yamaraj. Isn't it? Because every day Yamaraj sits and reads Bhagavatam. And so here we'll stop. Any doubt?
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, sorry, your voice today. Acha, Mataji, your this thing, what I gather as a summary of what you explained last few verses is that one should do only those activities which one should do only those activities where those activities are not recorded in the book of Chitragupta.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So because you want to do only those activities which are not recorded, because if you do those activities which are against Krishna, then that sin gets recorded. And also if you do anything
Pious
good,
activity. Yes.
that is also
Pious.
gets recorded. So do those
So,
only which ताकि चित्रगुप्त के book में आवे ही नहीं वो activities.
yes. So
अच्छा,
instead of doing pious activity, do divine activity. You want to
yeah,
feed people,
yeah,
give Krishna Prasad. That
yeah,
becomes divine activity. And tell Hare Krishna to everyone.
yeah, keeping
You want to
Krishna.
go to office, earn
Hmm,
money, use the
hmm,
money in Krishna's
hmm,
service.
hmm.
You're going to office, talking to people, you start with Hare Krishna.
Very, very important point you said today.
A very,
My,
very important point.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not just reading, it is application. See, we are not just reading every day. We don't want that.
Hmm.
We don't want just to read. We want to apply so that we are not counted in the Chitragupta's books.
Yes. अपना एक्टिविटी आना ही नहीं चाहिए वहां पर. Acha, my
Hmm.
query is this, Mataji, you said there was, you read that there was a mountain of evidence testifying of the sins of the two sinners. And then you said that if Chitragupta orders these Yamdutas are saying that if Chitragupta orders, we can immerse the mountain of records in deep water. But then we have always heard that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu burns the reactions to the sins. So now where does this thing comes in? Mountain of records in deep water, immersing the mountain of record deep water. Never heard of this before.
Okay. Now it is like this. You have, the police has recorded your some crime.
Yeah. FIR.
हाँ,
Yeah.
हाँ, FIR record करके रखा है.
Hmm.
But then he is proved that he is faultless. What he will do? He will immerse only.
That is the material point.
Material point. Now
Yeah.
coming to the spiritual point.
Hmm.
Now when you say immersing, that means now saying that it is completely burned. At the level of the supremacy itself, it is burned. Why we should keep those records with us?
Okay.
When you say record, what comes in our mind? Some paper, pen, isn't it?
No,
Again, our thought process goes in the materialistic way only, some paper and pen.
these are spiritual records.
These are the spiritual records. Let us immerse, means let us not even think about it.
Okay. And the next question is that all the demigods were traveling in their chariots and singing the glories of Lord. So these demigods which are coming and which no ordinary man can see unless Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sanctions the seeing, then these demigods are those demigods which are in the spiritual world, Mataji. It has to be that only. Because the demigods which are in the spiritual world, उसी के नाम से demigods in material world are named, na?
1 minute.
Yeah.
There are two. There are demigods in material world taking care of the administration who have the shrota or the source in the spiritual world. Every demigod has a source in the spiritual
Correct.
world who
Yeah.
are Nityasuris.
Yeah.
Nityasuris.
Yeah.
Now, when we are speaking about Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they don't come in the count of the demigods. Even Lord Brahma has his extension, Brahma, who is there in the Meru Parvat. Understand very nicely. One is there in Satyaloka, one is there in Meru Parvat.
Yeah. In one of those
So,
varshas, he is the
yes,
worshipable deity.
yes. So, anyone can come. Nitya Suris also can come. But Lord Shiva, that mention is not there. Lord Shiva is always beyond even the demigods. He has 85 attributes. He is not coming in the category of demigods. Even Lord Brahma comes as Kala Avatara. But when he has to help in creation, that means take the mood of creation, the time he has to do with his extension. That is Meru Parvat Brahma. He is also not different from Brahma only. But they have to do that. When Lord Shiva's source is Shambhu. Shambhu's source is Sadashiv, who is Vishnu Tattva himself. Now just see Sadashiv coming, Shambhu coming, Shiva coming. Again, three are Adhokshajas only. Adhokshaja means beyond our material senses. And three are not different from each other, but they have certain functions. So Sadashiv expands as Shambhu, Shambhu expands as Shiva. So when the demigods are coming, they can come, their source can come or they can also come.
Okay.
Because ordinarily you cannot see demigod. If Indra is coming and standing before you, you cannot see.
No.
Our whole body is taken care by the demigods. That is why ornaments are put. That is why this bindi is put, bangles are put. There is a waistband which is put. Why? There is a book, there is a nice book where why ornaments are put. Even the men also put, because the particular demigod taking care of the body is satisfied. That is why when Alvandaru Yamunacharya enters for a debate with a very proud scholar, king had invited. At that time, the priest, the proud scholar says, start the debate. He says, instead of that, just I'm giving three statements. You negate the statement. You just negate the statement. In that he says, queen is chaste. So what should be the negation? Queen is unchaste. Now that person could not speak. Then he says again, you prove how queen is unchaste. Now
Unchaste.
I will, unchaste. He says, because she has given her body to the demigods. And demigods are taking care. Whoever takes care is Pati. So we are able to see? No, we are not able to see the demigods. Today all our hands, legs moves because this administration is given. Today water department is there, Varuna is there. When we take bath, are we able to see Varuna Deva? Are we able to see Vanaspati Devata? There are principal 16 demigods, and technically there is principal, and technically there are 33 crore Devi Devatas.
We are not able to see Ganga Mataji also.
Then I'm not able to see.
Okay.
Again, Ganga Mata doesn't come in the category of demigods.
No, I'm just saying in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So tomorrow, possible, I will let you know, or I'll continue. If I am just messaging, my throat is okay, I'll take, or you take. Because I think she's also not well, Sugandhi. I have to keep my throat okay, at least for the Ram Katha. That is why.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
हरे कृष्णा, बोलिए।
माता जी, मेरे एक ये हो रहा है कि हम लोग अभी सुने कि भगवान को बीच में रख के अगर कोई काम करे वो पाप जो होता है वो नहीं होता है, क्योंकि भगवान को बीच में रख के होता है। लेकिन हम लोग जब नाम जप करते हैं उसमें माइंड अगर इधर उधर हो जाता है तो वो नाम अपराध होता है।
नहीं,
तो
नाम आभास।
बस हाँ हाँ
उसको अपराध थोड़ी बोलते हैं, लेकिन ऐसे करते रहेंगे तो अपराधी प्रवृत्ति चालू हो जाती है। नाम आभास ले रहे हैं, लग रहा है नाम ले रहा है। भगवान आके देखते हैं क्या कर रहे हैं। ध्यान कहीं और है, नामाभास है। केयरलेस चैंटिंग नाम, इसलिए ना हरि नाम का जो माला लेके सब जगह घूमते रहते हैं, कहीं और ध्यान है, तो वो नामाभास है। इसीलिए कहा है कि जब आप नाम लेते हैं तो ध्यान से नाम लीजिए। हाँ, यहाँ वहां बातें करने के बदला वो घूमते रहते हैं, घूमते रहो, वो नामाभास है। ये प्रिस्क्राइब राउंड जो दिया है उसे बैठ के करना है।
ओके माता जी, हरे कृष्ण।
Offense is different, Mataji, and sin is different, right? So what Aparna Mataji was asking was regarding the offense, or
केवल जी।
or is she asking about sin? I don't know.
Again, this is not a sin.
Offense
It's
is
not
different,
done.
sin is different, no?
हाँ, this is not even sin also. You are careless chanting. Do you count it as a sin or what?
No.
No. Then Ajamil also, he also chanted Namabhas. No, Namabhas is not counted in the sin. In fact, when Namabhas, sins are also eradicated. That is the
Yes.
power of Namabhas.
Yes. It is a shadow of Nam, pure Nam. Yeah.
Yes. Stop here. पंचकृतरूपेश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय।